Okay, so this is going to be either a really good video or a really bad one, we shall see. So I made this, that's really, does not show it very well. This is a Firesight Marksman, base coated black, made from the Kadra Fireblade, and I need to make him some sniper drones. Well, sniper drones as they're known in 5th edition, I can't remember what they're called in 10th edition. And to be fair, all the parts that you need to make a sniper drone are fully within the Combat Patrol kit. All you need is most of the parts needed to make a marker drone, a pulse carbine for the drone, and a chunk of sprue. This is just going to be my first take on it. So first thing I'm going to do is clean up and assemble majority of the sniper drone, or the marker drone, as per normal assembly. This is the one that comes with the stealth suits, so it's slightly different compared to the Troops Choice one, which are a solid piece. They figured out how to do it as a solid, but back in ye olde 5th edition, this is what you had. So it's very interesting that just the inclusion of the Fireblade, you actually do end up having all the parts needed to make your own Firesight team. And once I've made these drones, which you do actually get enough parts to make all 3 of them that you need for the squad, then I'll have an actual legal squad to use. That aside. Right, now to figure out how big to make the sniper rifle, or the rail rifle. Let's just get a, as it happens, we've got the Fireblade gun as leftover. So I'm not actually going to use this, I'm just going to use it for scale. So the original, sniper rifle, they were actually a little bit longer than your standard pulse rifle. But I'm just going to use this, and I'm thinking I'm just going to use, an inch worth of, because these are inch square grids. This is just a random bit of sprue that I've got knocking about, and I think there's plenty straight pieces for what I need. I'm just going to snip. Okay, that didn't take much convincing to get snipped off. I just gotta clean up as much as possible. Probably should save all these wibbly bits for terrain stuff. Just gotta be careful. I don't want to warp the straight edge of the sprue. Right, so yep, almost got enough for 2. That's one thing. So I'm going to use my blade to clean up. Yep. Fortunately, looks like there's a bit of texturing. It's kind of weird to see what looks to be, it kind of looks like 3D print lines, but it's the wrong direction for the sculpt that they did. Let's get trusty emery board. Don't actually like touching these, so get the other side done. Yep. And then the flat edge. Okay, so that's everything we need for that done. So now it's a case of trying to cut off at this square, and I don't think my small blade's going to do it, so let's get this slightly chunkier blade, make sure it's clean. I'm gonna go for an inch. I could just snap it, but there's always a chance that it'll bend as it snaps. Well, it will bend as it snaps. But I guess we could put that at the back end, can't we? At least one of these can. There we go. So it looks like, yeah, it's mostly square. Don't know how well that shows up. And well, that really isn't mostly clean, isn't it? And let's get the other length. Thought that. Yeah, that kind of works. Because what I'm wanting to do is gonna get my small one. Let me make this section nice and flat. Same on this side. Because then I'm gonna put these into place. Oh, actually, that looks nice as a railgun, if I'm honest. So it's gonna loop in there. Don't want too much. I always find when I add too much glue, it messes with the bond. So that's that side, more or less straight. Yep. And that side. I think I can forgive me. Gosh, so that looks pretty good as a railgun. The only thing I kind of think is maybe the back end is a little bit too narrow, maybe. So that's side. So yeah, I could put these at the back end. Is there a convenient? Is that more or less right in the middle? Let's see if that says. And then, yeah, because then we could have that coming off the back end, giving it a bit more weight. So a bit lower down. Yep. And yep. Now one thing I have to do is I'm going to wait until the glue is set. Almost looks like a spaceship. Almost looks like a spaceship design I made a few years ago. Right. So I'm going to set that aside, give it a little bit of time to dry, and then I need to do some fixings. Let's have a look. Oh wow. Don't even need to do too much fixing to get that snug in there. Knock down off alignment. Right. Put back. Okay, and this is what we end up with. Doesn't look quite, tailor-made, but I think for using just some extra parts from the combat patrol, being able to pull this off, that's pretty good. And I'd say the gun scales quite well with, it actually looks like it would have that kind of impact. Sadly, it looks like it's a little bit tricky to keep it level, but I mean, it looks good for a kick rush. I need to somehow fill up that hole. Right.